everyone, welcome back to my channel here today. So today I want to talk about my internship experience in Seattle this past summer. This past summer is my first time going to Seattle, Washington. So I'm an international student, so I wasn't from the United States originally. Going to a different state is a different experience for me, and I got the chance to go to Seattle, Washington this summer, which is very exciting because I've been to the East Coast. Sorry, I'm in the East Coast right now, but I've been to the West Coast, but not as often as I've been to the East Coast. I've been to like California, but like that's the only state that I've been that's like in the West Coast. But this summer I got to go to Washington, which is also in the West Coast. It was a great time. When I first moved there, my plane ticket and my housing, everything else is paid by my internship company, which is Microsoft. They pay for my hotel, my accommodations, my flights to Seattle and also out from Seattle. So I first flew into Seattle like a week before, and so I had time with my family to kind of explore Seattle a little bit because my family was also here in the US. So I was like, do you want to come to Seattle with me? And they said yes. So we got a city pass, and so they get to explore Seattle a little bit. For me, I have orientation the week off, so I didn't get to go as much as they can. I think they got like the cheapest pass, so you can go to, there's a few places you can pick and then 3 optional places you can pick. I think Space Needle and Aquarium is included for both version of the ticket. I have to recheck it, but then they chose to go to Harbor Cruise, the zoo, and also Museum of Pop Culture. So they picked the Harbor Cruise and the Museum of Pop Culture. And so they had a little time to just be there. We took some pictures up in Space Needle. I think they really liked the Harbor Cruise. We didn't get to see the bridge, or is it the bridge? No, I think that was the Golden Cruise, which they took it in California. I think they really liked the zoo. They took a lot of pictures and they're like, oh Macy, look at this animal. And I'm like, cool, like we all like animals, so. And then that first week I had my orientation. So the first day is basically we just sit there and listen to what they have to say to us. They talk about like return offer, intern life, intern activities. And then like the first week I also get to meet my team, my managers. So most of them work in person, so I've got to see them in person in the office. My skip manager actually wrote me something on the whiteboard, which is really cute. Just to welcome me, and I also met with a few like ex-intern that turns into a full-time, and then just talk about college life and how they transition from college to like full-time. And so the first few months I was living in Hilton Belleville, which is very close to the Belleville Botanical Garden, so I also get to go to the garden a lot. I also rented a car, which I picked up at Hilton Belleville, so that was really convenient for me. And then first week, I had a few friends. I have a few like carpoolers that I carpool to work every day. And then we went to the Snoqualmie Fall for one weekend. It's like a 2 hours drive, 1.5-ish. Not too bad. Actually, not even 1.5. It's like 1 and some few minutes. So it wasn't that bad of a drive. We went up there, had a little hike. I'm not a hiking person, so I would say this is a very like beginner-friendly hike if you want to get into hiking. But if you want to like more crazier hike, like you could go to Mount Rainier. There's also other national park you can go near Washington. And so yeah, like first week I got to meet my team. I explored the campus a little bit. I really liked the Commons because they have a really good food court and everything is basically in there. There's a post office, there's eye doctor, there's a hair salon actually. And then like throughout the 12 weeks that I was there, I've also been to other events. If you know the Tech Row show, they were in Seattle for like 2 nights. So I went to one of their nights. I got to take a picture with them, which is kind of like, it's kind of like meeting your own idol. When I was there, they looked very unreal because they're very famous, quote unquote, on Instagram for doing like tech reels content, and I've seen them a lot on Instagram. So for me, it's kind of like meeting my own idol, you know. It was very exciting, get to take a picture with them, talk to them a little bit. Two of them actually worked at Microsoft before, but they left. I don't know why. I'm not sure why, but I think they just want to have their own freedom, make their own thing. Yeah, and then after a month, some of us got moved from Houston Bellevue, or people who were from hotel got moved to one of the dorms in University of Washington. My dorm is called Mercer Court. I think it's pretty good. Like, I have my own room. It's a suite. It's a four people suite, but each of us have our own room, and then we have 2 restrooms, so 2 each on each side. We have a living room, we have kitchen, we also have laundry downstairs, so it was really convenient for us. And then like throughout when I was living in the University District in Seattle, there is a lot of boba stores, so like I love boba store. Absolutely love boba store. I would go like every day. My favorite, there's like a few that I really like that's near U District where I live, but my favorite has to be Boba Up, because you make your own boba there. There's like, you basically pick your own topping and then pick your own juice or like tea that you want, and then just have them seal the cat for you. And then in Seattle, there's also a cat cafe called Neko Cat Cafe. They always have cats being adopted, cats putting out for adoption. So you could always just go and then ask like which cats are out for adoptions. Some of the cats, they also show that it's adopted, so it's really cute. And I've also been signing up to their newsletter, so I've been seeing cats being adopted. I really want to adopt one of their cats, but I think that one has been adopted because he's just really cute. His name is Sola, and he has like a little birthmark on his nose. It's just really cute. Like, I love cats, and I absolutely want to adopt a cat for sure. Like, I don't want to buy a cat, I want to adopt a cat. And then there's a few weekends where because I have a car, I am able to drive up. So I had a few weekends where I went up to Vancouver, and then I had another weekend where I went down or across. I don't know geographically where. I went to Portland with my cousin and my boyfriend. That was really nice. I really like Vancouver. I'm definitely a Canadian girly. Not because I have Canadian citizenship, but I just like Canada so much. Like, my end goal for retirement is actually retiring in Canada. So hopefully that would be something that I will be able to do. But yeah, like, I stayed with my friend who goes to UBC, so we stayed at her dorm. We just kind of went to a park, and then we went to a street where I don't remember which one, but it's near UBC. But other than that, yeah, like, there's really nothing much to do in Canada except for just enjoying the nature. It's kind of, I want to say Canada and Vancouver. Sorry, I want to say like Vancouver and Washington, like Seattle is kind of like the same, a lot of greenery, like comparing to like New York and Boston. But like Canada's living pace for me, it's kind of more slow and more chill, so that was nice. And then I've also went to Mount Rainier with one of our friends, but we kind of have to turn back around because the parking lot was full, so we aren't able to go in. But I think they went in the next day or like the week after. But yeah, but I got to see Mount Rainier like very close up, not like very close up, but close enough that my camera are able to take a picture and snap. And then we have Intern Day, which is basically celebrating intern at Microsoft. It's a 2-day event, so one day we have a virtual one, the other one is in person. We have like a bouncy thing that you can bounce on. Like, we have yoga in the sun, and then we also have live music. We have a lot of food, a lot of merch. There's people hanging out, we have karaoke, things like that. Like, I think it was a fun event. Like, it's good to go and just meet new people, even though people will already be in groups, but it's still a good way to meet more friends, meet more people from more like different discipline, like software, sales, like everyone would be there. So it was a really good experience for me to go. Like, I'm definitely not liking the crowd a lot. I'm trying to put myself out there. So I've met a few friends who like work in the same building as me, work as the same discipline as me. And then like in Seattle, like sports definitely a thing. People are very outgoing out there. I'm trying to be more outgoing, but I've always been going to SoulCycle. I've been going to SoulCycle every week when I was in Seattle. Not much when I was in Boston, just because I wasn't getting paid as much. And each of the class were like $20. But when I was in Seattle, I go to like SoulCycle literally every week. I had a streak, but then when I moved back to New York, I broke the streak. So now I'm kind of like, I'll go if I want to, but like the music aren't really my type of music. In Seattle, there's one SoulCycle teacher that I really like. His name is Tommy. And I really like his vibe. Like, I love his classes. I will always just go to his classes. And he also loved Taylor Swift. So there's always a Taylor Swift song somewhere. And then we also me and my friend went to the Round 1 arcade in Seattle. And we actually got a lot of stuffies. Like, a lot of my stuffies that I have right now is actually got from the arcade, where like, I think she's just really good at those games and I'm not. I think like Round 1 is a really good arcade if you want to find an arcade place. And then, last but not least, I want to say my highlight for my summer is actually the Taylor Swift concert. Yay! So I actually went to a Taylor Swift concert, which is amazing, first of all. I've been loving Taylor Swift for like so long, like the longest time I could ever, like so long. When I was back in Hong Kong, she never came to Hong Kong for a concert, so I never got a chance to go to her concert at all. But now that I'm in the US and the Sierras tour, I'm like, I have to go. And so, of course, I didn't get the pre-sale ticket. And so I bought it off StubHub, which is kind of expensive, but I got my ticket last minute, so it's less expensive than it is. But I went to the Taylor Swift concert. I loved it. I got merch. I got posters. Absolutely loved it. I went with my boyfriend. I kind of dragged him there because he isn't a Taylor Swift fan in the beginning, but I think after the concert, he is a beginner Swiftie. So, but yeah, like that is basically my whole summer. 2 GitHub pages, actually, one for boba place in Seattle and Bellevue, and then one for places to go in Seattle, and I'll also link them in this video if you want to go check it out if you're visiting Seattle soon. Other than that, I think that is a wrap for today's video. Thank you guys for staying along, listening to me rambling. If you want to follow, you could click the subscribe button and also the bell button so you get notification whenever I post. I will be trying to post every 2 weeks, but we'll see. Probably post whenever I feel like it or whenever I had the content ready, essentially. Yeah, thank you guys for staying, and I'll see you guys next time I post. Bye!